Guilty until proven innocent. That's very dangerous for our country. That's very dangerous for our country.
Breaking news, breaking news. So the FBI has released their report to the Senate Judiciary Committee this morning, and all grounds clear for a vote. So Kavanaugh is going to be the Supreme Court Justice. I mean, we already knew it, but now it's kind of official. So last night about 2 a.m., reading from the New York Times, the White House sent summaries of interviews conducted by the FBI to the Senate early Thursday morning, 2:30 in the morning, and expressed confidence that none of the information collected by agents should stand in the way of the Senate voting to confirm Judge Brett M. Kavanaugh to the Supreme Court. Pow. Done deal. The material was conveyed to Capitol Hill in the middle of the night, just hours after Senate Republicans set the stage for a pair of votes later in the week to move to final approval of Judge Kavanaugh's nomination. A statement issued by the White House around 2:30 a.m. said the FBI had completed its work and that it represented an unprecedented look at a nominee. It's true. No nominee prior to this had ever been. This is not a criminal investigation, by the way. Let's not let the liberal media spin it into a criminal investigation into a Supreme Court justice, because that's what they're about to do. This was a background check. A background check, right? Even the Times says it. After component, where's the Times say it? Fucking Times. They hide it on the bottom. Yeah. An FBI background investigation differs considerably from more familiar criminal investigations and is based principally on gathering information to inform decisions by senators and the White House. In a criminal investigation, agents make critical investigation decisions about scope and strategy, and they are able to use search warrants and subpoenas to compel evidence. Agents working on a background investigation have no such tools, and they are explicit. They get explicit marching orders through the White House. So, big difference. So, this is a funny comment. Senate Dianne Feinstein of California, top Democrat on the Judicial Committee, warned before the interviews were even received that they might be worthless because the investigation did not include interviews with Judge Kavanaugh and Blasey Ford, or witnesses identified as corroborators by Miss Ramirez. I think they're talking about Slutnik or whatever her name was. Those restrictions, she wrote, raise serious concerns that this is not a credible investigation and begs the question, what other restrictions has the White House placed on the FBI? See that right there, the Democrats, when it's in their favor, then it's a really good investigation. Comey's investigation was very thorough and accurate. But when it goes against them, it's a piece of crap. It's not. It's invalid. Right? So that's classic politics right there. So there you go. So there's a lot of very revealing. Details came out. I love Trump's comments, Trump's ability to dissolve, to diffuse the confusion, where some would argue that he's actually making confusion. But in my view, he's speaking what most people feel about the subject.
36 years ago, this happened. I had one beer, right? I had one beer. Well, do you think it was? Nope, it was one beer. Oh, good. How did you get home? I don't remember. How'd you get there? I don't remember. Where is the place? I don't remember. How many years ago was it? I don't know. I don't know. What neighborhood was it in? I don't know. Where's the house? I don't know. Upstairs, downstairs, where was it? I don't know. But I had one beer. That's the only thing I remember.
The president was stating the facts, and frankly, facts that were included in Special Prosecutor Rachel Mitchell's report. He was stating facts that were given during Dr. Ford's testimony, and the Senate has to make a decision based on those facts.
I think also Sarah Huckabee Sanders says it the best. I mean, she makes the biggest point. The biggest point in this is that the Senate Democrats have turned the judicial into a shit show. Like it doesn't matter.
This entire process has been a disgrace, and the only reason that it's been that way is because Senate Democrats didn't do this the way that it should have been done, and they circumvented the entire system. And frankly, they've undermined our entire judicial branch by the way that they've acted and the inappropriateness of which they've conducted themselves.
There's supposed to be separations of power, right? There's judicial, there's legislative, and there's executive. They're three separate branches of power. That's the way the Constitution was designed, right? But with these guys, with these the current set of the current playing field is that it's all mushed into one, and the media just, the media is the arm of the oligarchy. It's always oligarchy. It's always the money above it. But what's happening is Sarah Huckabee Sanders says it best, in that the idea that you bring a witness 35 years after the fact without ever, with no judicial intervention, not a single court has ever seen any of this, right? There's no evidence. There's no significant evidence in the record. None of the story really adds up to a sexual assault. And it basically, although it was an outstanding performance, I mean, I watched the performance, and 5 minutes after that performance, I talked about it as being an outstanding performance by Ford, the said accuser. And what is the motive? I mean, now the record shows that she made $1 million in a GoFundMe account. She's got another $1 million in her pocket for that stuff. Now she also has, as always, Democratic cover, right? She went to bat for the team. Remember when Hillary Clinton said it about, or Debbie Wasserman Schultz said it, she took a hit for the team. Well, because that's what they do. So Blasey Ford just took a hit for the team. Now she's officially on the team, and they're like snakes in the grass. They lie for each other. So what did she get out of it? What is it? Because what is the motive for a doctor? Is she even a doctor? A psychiatrist, a psychologist, whatever. Some schmuck that works 100 hours a week, and right. So what is the motive? She's got $1 million. She's now on the world stage. Motive, right? 51-year-old woman. She knows how to push all the right buttons in terms of, what is the diagnoses of a person attacked, and she just goes on like a mouthpiece and spews it out in front of the Senate. But the bigger point is what Sarah Huckabee Sanders says, is that it's a denigration of the system, because judicial Democrats, right, separate branch of power, took this and held it up as if it was law. That's why it's a mockery, right? Did President Trump mock Ford? No. The Senate Democrats mocked the system by not allowing the system to work. And that is the fundamental problem, because the judicial, senators are so on the take. These Democrats take the money from the donors, and this is the decisions that you get. It has nothing to do with, people want to think it has to do with social issues, but it really doesn't. Kavanaugh is a corporatist. He leans on a certain side of the corporate aisle, right? And the Democrats want him to lean on their side of the corporate aisle. At the end of the day, people get screwed anyway. But that's for you to figure it out. I can only say it 500 times and then leave it to you for you to decide. But I think that Trump's commentary is the American way. Trump is the American. Anybody who disputes that, and his his comments at the end of that rant are amazing. He talks about, in a comical way, and then in classic Trump fashion, he's joking, and then you could feel the tragedy in the comment at the end when he says that men. He talks about the prosecution of men. I think this was the point that a lot of people missed when they listened to Trump's rant, is that he talked about the prosecution of men in this country by women.
So this is an important time for our country. This is a time when your father, when your husband, when your brother, when your son could do great. Mom, I did great in school. I've worked so hard. Mom, I'm so pleased to tell you I just got a fantastic job with IBM. I just got a fantastic job with General Motors. I'm so proud. Mom, a terrible thing just happened. A person who I've never met said that I did things that were horrible, and they're firing me from my job, Mom. I don't know what to do. Mom, what do I do? What do I do, Mom? What do I do, Mom? It's a damn sad situation, okay? And we better start as a country getting smart and getting tough and not letting that stuff right back there, all those cameras, tell us how to live our lives. Because they are really dishonest people. Not all of them, but damn well most of them. That I can tell you.
That's a touchy subject. I mean, men are held to this alimony. They can be thrown in jail for not paying this child support, even when they don't have money. They can lose their passport. They can lose their driver's license. Right? They can lose their children. Right? They have to go to the courts to get permission to see their children. It's a travesty of justice that men go through in this country, and I think that Trump sees it and touched on it, and it was widely missed by the. It was widely missed yesterday by the corporate media, so that's why I'm talking about it. I think his commentary on because the Democrats are it's a war between the sexes because they have no legitimate policies. They have no legitimate ground anymore to stand on. So they create a war. They create conflicts between people. Right? And what better way to do it than a war between the sexes? You know, if there's a war between the sexes, then there'll be no people left, right? So that's a Joe Jackson line from a song. But it's pretty heavy to watch. I mean, I think that although Trump's bravado and humor, where he points out the fact that there is no evidence, that it's just speculation, and a man's reputation had been destroyed somewhat. He's going to be the Supreme Court justice. But Trump points it out, but he makes that riveting point about the prosecution of men in our country, and that must change. So, my name is Marcus Conte reporting. If you buy some stickers right now on eBay, I have my sticker link down below. You're going to get it with the new John Lennon stamps. These are cool, right? Fucking John Lennon. I love John Lennon. Forever, John Lennon in the background. Playing the white piano. I love John Lennon. So, kindly contribute if you like this programming. I'll say one last note on Jen Moore for those following that story. That email is real. Okay, so the email that was sent to me, I know I'm a joker. I know you don't know if I'm pulling your leg, but that's part of the game, right? You have to figure it out, right? You got to use your brain. If you're going to come to this channel and you're going to comment and you're going to watch Wayne's World, you got to think about it. So that email is authentic. It's authentic in the sense that it was sent to me. Now, is it an 11-year-old? People have commented that they have seen this particular person speaking or chatting or posting somewhere. I did not see, chat, or talk to anybody on any stupid board, right? Well, I'm telling you that it was sent to me, and I just put it out, right? Whether it's real or not, I don't know. That's past my pay grade, right? I'm not going to figure out the details. All I could tell you is that there are a lot of I've been saying it all along. There's a lot of shady characters surrounding this case, and we're going to continue to flush them out. And but most importantly, the email that I did a Seth Rich interview, and I interviewed Imran Awan, and they were bullshit, right? But that email, I tell you right now, is real. It was sent to me. Is it really the kid? I don't know. You figure it out. So my name is Marcus, reporting. Party on.
What's happening now? They had a gang rape. Many times. Well, that turned out to be false. So many different charges. Guilty until proven innocent. That's very dangerous for our country. That's very dangerous for our country. And I have it myself all the time. But for me, it's like a part of the job description. Let it happen to me. Shouldn't happen to him. Shouldn't happen to him. What he's going through. 36 years ago, this happened. I had one beer, right? I had one beer. Well, do you think it was? Nope, it was one beer. Oh, good. How did you get home? I don't remember. How'd you get there? I don't remember. Where is the place? I don't remember. How many years ago was it? I don't know. I don't know. What neighborhood was it in? I don't know. Where's the house? I don't know. Upstairs, downstairs, where was it? I don't know. But I had one beer. That's the only thing I remember. And a man's life is in tatters. A man's life is shattered. His wife is shattered. His daughters, who are beautiful, incredible young kids. They destroy people. They want to destroy people. These are really evil people.